And he'll be coming to Kauai December 4th through the 10th. And he will be talking about how he can change your life in 5 minutes or less. And Mas Sajady has come to Kauai before. He's loves the island, and we're going to be talking about some things that he's here to discuss about what's happening on the planet, his connection to water. His event will be live on Kauai, December 4th through the 10th. And he will be sharing, he'll be doing a couple of so we have a raised hand. Yes. So okay. So if you have a question, there's an ability for a question and answer. Okay. Okay, so someone is asking, I'm hoping you can help me with my financial abundance. Everything is falling apart for me. Thanks, I really appreciate that. So we will have Mas discuss that when he comes online. And if you notice, there's a question answer button on your screen. It might be at the top or the bottom of your screen. It says Q&A, and you can type in your questions for Mas at that time. And he's called into. Just 1 second. Okay, which one? Yeah, if he's called in, which one is he? Because he's not showing up as a panelist. What number did he call in at? Is he listening to the call? Is anything coming? Well, I have to know what name he's under, because he's not showing up as a panelist. So I can make him a panelist if I know which name he is. Yeah, because I have to be able to promote him to a panelist. I just have, he's got a, oh boy. I'm not seeing a number. It says total to phone in, call in listeners. It's not showing me a number. So I can't promote it to a panelist. You have to get the email that I sent you, and he has to enter that code, and then he can become a panelist. I don't know why then it's not showing him as a panelist. Okay, total one. Okay, so we have some other questions. Feel stuck in the mud through your 21 days. I feel I elevate and get quickly stuck. You help me pull out. So yeah, so we are trying to get, Mas is on the line. We're just trying to get him at, oh, there he is. There he is. Okay, great. Right. Are you there, Mas?
There we go.
Can you hear us?
I am. Yeah, we had a little issue here.
Okay, great. We got through the
now I'm here.
difficulties.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. You probably cannot see the question and answer, so I will fill you in on that.
Okay.
So, great. Glad to have you with us, Mas.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice being on.
Yeah, we currently have 36 callers on the line and 38 now. And so we are just giving everybody just a minute to get on. So we wanted to talk about your event, and we're so happy to have you back on Kauai. And coming here is going to be some amazing events that you're offering. And
Yes.
yeah, do you want to talk about what brought you back to Kauai and why you're coming here?
Sure. It's kind of been a yearly thing. Every time we come back, it gets bigger and bigger. The energies get stronger and stronger. So, and it's a beautiful place. So that's why we're coming back. I think this is the third time actually that we're going to be here. So this time it's a water. It's a water theme that we're going to do. We're going to pull away from everything, break free from the communication and everything, and really get into say that deep connection with nature, which is going to be really nice.
Yeah, water is really, really powerful, and we all know water holds memories, and so the power of the water. Are you going to talk about healing the water and shifting the energy that way?
Say that one more time.
Are you going to be talking about healing the waters, like the waters within our body as well as the waters on the planet? What is it that water speaks to you about right now?
Well, water is very intelligent. It's got a lot of information. It's got a lot of, say, knowledge, not only of frozen water, pure water. Again, a lot of knowledge, a lot of intelligence, way beyond time. I think water was actually around before the Earth was even created. So it holds that memory in there. And nutritionally, if you take that purified water, you ingest it, it'll cleanse you. It'll not only cleanse you, but it'll connect you with that intelligence. So you come back into your natural state a lot easier, a lot better on that. But then on the other hand, water holds a lot of memories as well. So, people who say you buy a bottle of water, it goes through the warehouse, it goes through the store, it picks up, say, the memories of what's around them, what's around it, and then that's what we drink. So I think there's a famous Japanese doctor that worked on freezing water and seeing the crystals, depending on the words that was emanating around the water, and the crystal showed different patterns. Beautiful words, beautiful crystals, not so good words, not distorted crystals. So in a sense, really helping you, say, energize the water that you're drinking, and then also grabbing, say, the inherent intelligence with it. We even, hopefully we'll do, say, a water meditation or meta healing where we're in the water. We did that last time. We were in the water and I worked on people. It was really dramatic, really profound. So, and then as far as cleaning the water, it didn't come to mind, but that definitely we can work on that now that you've brought it to mind.
Yeah, I mean, to us, the cleansing of the water, especially for the dolphins and the other animals that are in the water, it's very important for this species, and it's important for us too, because it all comes back to us in some way, whether we eat fish or we drink the water or get rained on or whatever.
Well, of course, and that's the physical sense, but any damage done to, say, the environment, the animals, like you said, comes back to us at a spirit level as well. So we're destroying ourselves as well. So definitely we can do that.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Yeah, we had a really good time at the waterfall on the last trip to Kauai.
Oh yeah, you were there. That's right.
That was incredible.
So that's what I was talking about. Yeah, hopefully I don't know exactly, what we're going to do. I mean, I know the general theme, but I'm not sure if there's water, like a waterfall involved, but I'm sure there is on a hike. So most likely we'll do it again. Really profound.
Sweet. Okay, so you're known around the world as a successful energizer and oracle. Can you explain a little bit more about, what that means and how that affects others and how you work on them?
Yes, from what I'm seeing and the feedback that I've gotten from tens of thousands of people around the world is that what I do or how I help you is really say the fastest experience that they've ever had, no matter who they've gone to. That comes from two near-death experiences that I've had that has allowed me to go into those higher realms and actually live out of those higher realms here physically. So what that means to you is that say you have an issue, you have a back problem or whatever it is, I can go into your source code or, how you are created and see, say, at some level what's going on with you. So I can go back into your spiritual blueprint, if you want to put it in that phrase. And then I can go and edit your spiritual blueprint. And then that's where I say the fast, effective transformations come about. A lot of times we think our physical issues that we have, whether it's emotional or, health-wise, financial relationships, are due to, say, external circumstances. But from what I've seen, almost, well, I would say over 98% is actually at a spirit level that most of us don't even say know about until I point it out, and they go, "Oh, that really rings true," and then you remove that, and then that's where the fast transformations happen for people. For some individuals, almost say within a few minutes or so. Whether I'm there in person or on the line. In fact, many of you listening in, you might be feeling something different already. I don't have to know exactly what's going on with you to help you shift, to help you say heal yourself. But again, many of you on the call will shift just from this call.
Yeah, so there's an energetic transmission that you're offering people when you work on them.
Yes, or even talking like we are, they'll feel that. Sure.
Awesome.
Yeah. One thing to distinguish, though, just reading the group, reading you, energetic transmission, most of the time we see it as a physical energy system. That's how most of us, or especially in this group, that's what we think about. But they really get to say the dramatic effects is you have to go into that spiritual energy system. Not many people can do that, and that's where I work out of, and again, that's where the effective transformations happen. So it's different than I think what most of you or most of your audience think is, say, energy. It's very different than what I think you guys are familiar with. So.
Yeah. Is this something that do you ever train people to do, or you're just doing it and helping others with it?
No, it's really about me connecting with you, helping you connect. Let's put it this way: the same connection that I had after my second near-death experience, that's really enlightened me. Okay, that connection, that I call it pure source. I help you spark that connection within yourself, and then once that spark happens, then you naturally get guided to open up even more and more. So you start to learn and understand how to do it on your own. And I do have what's called a Healing Mastery, very popular program that I actually teach people. And it's not a modality, guys. I'm not going to teach you another modality. I'm not going to teach you another, say, religion or anything like that. It's just about you understanding yourself at your highest level. And then that's where, say, true healing happens. So yes, I do that.
That's awesome. And then you also have a program called Exponential Intelligence. Can you tell us about that?
Sure. Yeah, Exponential Intelligence is a podcast. It's a free podcast. I'm actually quite pleased because it's one of the fastest growing podcasts on iTunes. So, and we don't do heavy advertising or anything like that. It's really organic growth, because on the podcast I explain, say, the details of say that intelligence that I tap into. And by the way, that intelligence that I tap into, everybody is tapped into it. I'm just more aware of it. I have more access to the knowledge that's there. So what I do on a weekly, or I think it's a weekly show now. I think we kind of switched some things around. So what I do is we go through some of the concepts, like death, or war. Well, we just did a podcast on, say, what the election meant and what the election means to you, and how to, say, rise above it so you don't get controlled by all the distorted, say, government systems or religious systems and all that. From an exponential point of view, I discuss, say, the topics that control our lives. So you get to see it. And then I do a short meta healing on top of that. And that's where I think a lot of momentum, as far as people listening in, because they feel the frequencies as they listen to me, and their life starts to change as they listen to me, just like yours will on this interview.
Yeah, well, it certainly has, since we've met. A lot has shifted in my life in the last 3 years since we've met.
Mm-hmm.
You've come to
Awesome.
Kauai, and my whole family. So thank you so much for that.
Yep, you're so welcome, sweetie.
A lot of people are concerned about finances, and I know you have a program called 360 Degrees of Abundance, and it seems like that seems to be a really huge issue for most people right now. Can you explain a little bit more on that program, what you have?
Sure. So 360 degrees, again, that's really a concept from that higher intelligence. Most of us look at, say, abundance, again, physically. Most of us look at abundance from something that's we have to go and reach out for. Does that make sense? So it's not within us, and that's why you always have to sustain it. Right? And there's lots of evidence. Say, for example, you even win the lottery, right? Within 6 months, those individuals who've had millions of dollars right in front of them, they will naturally lose it. The reason being is because abundance is a frequency that resonates from inside, just like everything else. So if you change the frequency that resonates from you from within, then your external environment starts to become more abundant, or basically you attract abundance naturally for you. And then it's free flowing for you. You'll never have to, say, struggle. So that's what I mean by 360 degrees of abundance. And then just to complete that thought, most of us just want, well, they go, well, if I had more money, then I'll be happy. Because it never works that way. I work with billionaires, and they're not happy. They're just as unhappy as people who don't have any money. So it's not really the level of money or the security that money provides you. It's that general sense of well-being, and that's why I say it's 360 degrees of abundance. So your life goes to a higher level all over: physical, relationships, health, and then, and in this case, finances, and it's self-sustaining, and you're naturally, say, satisfied. So that's what that 360 degrees of abundance.
What would you say the biggest
from?
What would you say the biggest block is to people receiving that abundance energetically?
Sure. Well, there's lots of reasons in this group. Most of you are really, really nice people on the call, but very non-deserving. So if you have patterns of non-deserving, that's half of you. If you have patterns of non-deserving, by the way, I'm working on that half. Okay, so if it resonates, helping you remove that pattern. If you have patterns of non-deserving, well, it's pretty hard to attract abundance in you. And again, this is where even if you had a lot of money, you'd lose it, or if your family has a lot of money, you'd never feel, say, complete, even if you did have the money. So let's help you with that. The other major group within this within your audience is that many of you come from, say, a religious background who's transitioned into a spiritual background, which you think that, well, if you're going to be a nice person, if you want to be like heavenly, right, then you should stay away from money. That doesn't work either, because money, just like any other level of abundance, comes from a spiritual perspective, a pure source perspective, which doesn't destroy you. So, and then some of you think that, well, if I'm gifted, I shouldn't charge for the gifts that I have because that comes from God. And that's not true either, because, well, everything comes from God, right? Just like the famous singer, famous basketball player who makes millions, your healing abilities come from the same source. They get paid a lot of money. Why shouldn't you? So all those patterns that I'm seeing. And then there's a smaller few, very strict father who worked his butt off and couldn't make it. So whoever that is, if you can comment in. So very negative towards money, or very sour towards money. If you're running patterns of that, well, it's hard to become abundant as well. So there's lots of reasons why there's a shortage of abundance in you guys, but overall, that's the theme for this audience.
We have some questions about abundance.
Sure.
Do you want to address those now?
Sure, why not?
Okay. This is an anonymous viewer, but it says, I'm hoping you can help me with financial abundance. Everything is falling apart for me. Thanks, and I really appreciate it.
Sure. So as I answer the questions, I'll work on you as well. Seems like that person, an anonymous person, it's almost like she has, well, it seems like, well, does she? Yeah. She does have, say, physical neck issues as well, from what I'm seeing. And then, and this is just a classic case, really. She would probably think, she would probably think that, her neck issues, she goes to the chiropractor, everything's falling apart, and then she tries to stabilize it, but she can never say stabilize it. The reason being is that the issues with her neck actually come from a previous lifetime, where I think she was actually not hung, but chained around the neck, that kind of feel, kind of like a slave chained around the neck. It's that kind of feel in her life. So say she even got a lot of money, she'll feel chained to the money, and it wouldn't feel good. So let's help her remove that chain that binds her. And again, comment in. That's accurate. Seems to be pretty accurate. So no matter if it's people, right? She'll get into relationships that will bind her, and she'll feel like she's a slave to those individuals. She'll feel like she's a slave to her job, the income, her children, whatever it is. She'll feel like she's a slave. So that's the general theme that's running in her. So, and then if she does get some level of abundance, she'll get pulled away because, well, if you're running patterns of slavery, slaves don't have abundant things around them. So anyway, removing that from her. So
yeah. So Jackie Bean is writing in, I think that's me with the father and money. Thanks, was her comment.
Okay, nice.
And another anonymous viewer says, my mom's dad worked hard to earn money and never enjoyed it. She is now the same. Please help her bring in abundance.
Okay. Yeah, whoever that is, that pattern, although you try to stay away from it, whoever wrote that question, you always seem like you shy away from your mom physically. You need to separate yourself from your mom, because at spirit level, you're trying to do that, and that's why you're doing it physically. So let's completely separate you. It's not her. It's really that you're trying to get away from the patterns that you don't want to control your life. Sadly to say, though, they're controlling your life. So let's help you split that for you. And then you and your mom can say stabilize and actually come together as friends, or a closer relationship without, that binding that keeps you apart. There we go. We can move on.
Yeah, I felt a shift with that one too. I think you're working on everybody.
Yes. Yeah. If I work on one individual, if you have similar patterns, it's like I'll be working on you as well. Okay.
Okay. Rebecca said, I resonate with strict father. Ultimately, I've always felt blocks that I can't clear myself.
Mm-hmm. I didn't hear the last part. Can't clear
Myself, so she can't clear those blocks herself. She's aware of them and she knows that they're there, but she can't clear it.
Sure. So let's help you clear it, Rebecca. I kind of see things a little different, although, Rebecca, you might say point out that it's your father, but, even going back to since you were 9 or 10, you always pointed at something else externally for whatever pattern that you were running. So, if that makes sense. So that's why you've always gotten into, and maybe you've picked up that habit from like a bigger sister or somebody, a bigger sister. Yeah, something like that. But anyway, so let's clear that up. But what you'll see is that you'll start to say, take charge of your life, right? You can't say point the finger at anybody else. No, even if it is, say, somebody else's issue, because it's still a responsibility of you internally. And that's how you say, again, kind of created an excuse paradigm where because of this or because of X, I can't, say, move on with my life. So that's the underlying pattern that's actually happening for you. So again, let's help you clear that up. We can move on.
Okay. Owner says, I think Mas just described my dad. He still tells me I don't need things at the age of 50. So, yeah.
So again, I was just picking up the subgroup, the general theme of those. So that's why that showed up. Sure. And by the way, guys, once I work on that pattern, I create a duplicate, a copy of myself, and then I'll just keep working on that pattern for you. So the strict dad type feel, if the thing with patterns like that, is that, say, you get married, and then your husband or wife will, say, resonate those patterns or take over what your dad did to you, because that's the patterns that you'll attract. So again, removing those patterns from you will diffuse what happened with you and your dad, but then also, your relationships and so on like that.
Yeah. Jovial wants to know, can you move us into wealth consciousness?
Sure. Yeah, I have tens of thousands of people, whether, they need 10, 5,000, 10,000 a month. Sometimes actually I've brought in several 100,000 a month for people. So yes, I can bring you into that. But for you specifically, there's that pattern of kind of like an abuse pattern that you have, not severe abuse, but if anything comes into you good, you will shy away from it. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's, say, money, you'll pull yourself away. So that's really the underlying pattern. And then once you remove that, it makes it easier There we go. It makes it easier for you to, well, grab any abundance. So.
Yeah, so it's nice. We're going to raise the whole group into wealth consciousness.
Yes.
Yay. All right.
Yeah.
So Jay asks, says, Aloha, Mas and Jeannie. Thanks so much for the connection. I can definitely feel the energy strengthening through the talk so far. I also resonated with a hardworking father who is not in as much abundance as he should be at this point in his life. I do as much to encourage, but I also have had my ups and downs with abundance. I feel the energy rising, but still working with the abundance of energy that's been channeling through me in the last few years, especially since returning. And then it cuts off.
Okay.
So that's Jay.
So is she talking about the stuff that he's done with me, or is he kind of new, or because sometimes we do work on ourselves, even 10, 20, 30 years, whatever it is, and it's not as say efficient as a process that I do with you guys. So the nice thing about this person is that studied quite a long time all those tools. There's a one underlying pattern. If you remove that, then all the tools that you've learned along the way will just fall in, and you can actually use those tools. So we can help you get rid of that pattern. And that pattern is you get to a point. You get to a point and you hit a wall, and then it's like you have to start all over again. And then you get to the point again, you hit a wall, and then you start. So it's that reoccurring theme for you. So we can get rid of that.
Thanks. Yeah, I feel the energy. I mean, there's a lot moving on this call, a lot of shifts, and we're up to 40 viewers now, so I think all these people connected in, definitely feeling some huge shifts here. So something's going on, Mas.
Yeah, my abilities have actually gotten a lot stronger since the last time I was in Kauai as well. So more, say, surgical-like almost.
Yeah, you kind of cut to the chase, or cut right into the meat and don't mess around.
Yeah. No, well, I can handle more people that way.
Yeah. And I could feel the multi-dimensional you coming through. I feel you on multi-dimensions and doing different things all at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's really cool too. That you're able to do that now too. Okay, so Nestor, we're going to switch from financial now to some physical issues people are having some questions about. So we'll just shift the focus a little bit. So Nestor asks, hello, Mas. My name is Nestor, and my dad had a stroke on October 26, 2016. Can you please scan me and my dad on best for his healing for the stroke, where he has no movement on his side of the body? Thanks, Mas.
Yeah, I see that stroke kind of messed up the left side, lower lobe of his brain. Again, guys, I'm not a doctor. I'll just tell you what I see, and then you can do with the information as you please, as well as help you understand, say, the underlying cause, and then help change your or awaken you to, so you can heal faster from it. For you, Nestor, let's go ahead and say disconnect you from. You seem to be tethered to your father, really. So whatever happens to him actually happens to you, rather in a short period of time or say later on. So it's totally disconnect you, not just physically, but emotionally as well. And then I've seen enough of these patterns where, say, your father crosses over, you're still tethered to him, and then he pulls you further and further out of your body while you're physically here, which isn't the best for you either. So there you go. So we can move on.
Okay, so Raul says hello, and would you please adjust my back and hips? Pain in my lower back, hips. Also, I have some issues absorbing nutrients, digestion issues. Thank you both, Raul.
Sure. Again, not a doctor, but it just seems like you have a lot of cholesterol in you, or a lot of plaque in your blood, from what I'm seeing. So that's a big concern for you. You're close to, it's almost like you're borderline diabetic, from what I'm seeing as well, Raul. So really watch out for that. Again, it's just what I'm seeing. Take it for what it is. Yeah. In fact, you seem kind of puffy to me, which means your heart kind of slowing down as well, because it's too much for it to pump through. So, and again, that's the sugars. So stay away from sugars. I'll help you so it's not a willpower issue, and let's help you with your back.
So is sugar kind of a substitute for something? Feeling, you see that as?
Oh, yeah, sometimes it is, but in this case, I think it's just a family pattern that runs in him. Not, he's eating too much sugar because, he's depressed or whatever it is. Just a family dynamic that they're just more sensitive to sugars.
So. Okay, so Shireen asks, hi Mas, what can I do to activate my self-healing? I'm working with a physician, but I really want to understand why. I have uterine fibroids. This is my body trying to tell me, or what is my body trying to tell me? Any light you can shed would be eternally grateful. Thanks, Shireen.
Sure. Shireen, when I tap into you, hon, it just seems, and again, I'm just telling you for what it is, it just seems that during the pregnancy, it just seems like your mother thought it was a mistake. She didn't necessarily say wanted that pregnancy, and then even during the birth, it just seems like you were squished, so that maybe that birth canal wasn't as wide as it should be. So you always feel, compressed, if that makes sense, and that's what's really affecting you. Imagine if somebody was if you were like wrapped up in a tight bandage. That's the way you feel all the time. So, and when you're wrapped up, well, things just don't flow well in your body, not just physically, but then other areas of your life, because you feel all compressed. So that's the real cause. So let's help you with that. And again, guys, if you can comment in. And that's not that close of a connection with mother as well. So you want to hide away, again, compressing yourself to disappear. So it's all the same pattern for you. There we go. We can move on.
Yeah, I just wanted, how long does it take people to transform after working with you? Is it possible people to change their life, right away, or how? I know you have a couple of programs. Maybe you can tell us, you got that 21-day meditation. So yeah, so the first question is, how long does it take for people to transform after they've worked with you? And what would
Sure.
you recommend? Because we have some people that are new to you. What would be the best way to kind of first get to start working with you?
Right. Well, my abilities, I've gotten a lot stronger, so it doesn't take really that long. Many of you will start shifting even after this call. Again, you don't need, say, a personal session with me to do that. For example, Shireen, she'll actually see a lot of things like, say, transform rather quickly for her. But the 21 days is a continuing. This is like the beginning for many of you. The 21 days, it's you meditate with me twice a day for 21 days. You meditate with me twice a day for 21 days, about 20 minutes a day. And again, I don't have to know your specific issues because I'm not the one that heals you. I awaken your inner self, right? Your higher self, your spirit body. And then it awakens, and then it says, well, I'm not supposed to be in this space of lack. And then that's how you heal. So the 21 days is really good. Plus, the podcasts are really good as well. And there's a lot of group healings that we do on specific issues as well. The frequency clinics for specific issues, like cancers or heart issues, those kind of things. The frequency spa are looking more youthful, more vibrant, those type of spa type needs for you. A lot of stuff on the website, guys.
Yeah.
There's a lot of free stuff on the web, actually, as well.
Yeah, I love all your free stuff. It's really nice. And then tuning into your meditation and the podcasts have been really, really interesting. I listened to the one where there was you tapped into a ghost too in a hotel, and you've done some really interesting things.
Oh yeah. That was really fun. It was in Denver when we did Divine Atrocity. Yeah, it was about this. She was a kept woman, and at that hotel, I guess almost every president in the U.S. has stayed in that hotel.
Wow.
Except for maybe one. So a lot of dark stuff, let's just say. A lot of dark meetings. So
yeah, that was very cool. So I want to make sure we talk about what's happening on Kauai. So you're coming out December 4th through the 10th, and
yes.
It's so nice of you. You're going to do a free talk, a free event on December 4th at the Courtyard Marriott. You want to talk about what you can do there?
Yeah, let me just pull that up. December 3rd. I'm not seeing it.
December 3rd, you're on the Big Island.
Yeah, on the Big Island. Usually on that. So what I'm doing there, I donate my time actually to a group of kids where I work on those kids. So on Kauai, what I'll be doing is can this man change your life in 5 minutes or less? Okay, and it is a free talk. We'll do some meta healings, group healings within the talk. You can get to ask me, say, questions. I'll work on you one-on-one. Not all of you, obviously. It depends on, say, the size of the group that shows up. But I'll tell you, say, the underlying reasons of why your life is the way it is, and then how, and then say, infuse frequencies for you to start changing that. So that's what's all that free session there for you. Is it free or?
It's free up until I think the
free
date of,
now.
and then it's $10. So you do need to register, and so if you go, and I'll pull that up on screen in a few minutes, the massajady.com website. I should go there right now. I'm going to pull that up so everybody who's.
So if you register before the 14th, guys, it's free. then after the 14th, it's $10. So please register. That way we know how many people are coming. Because sometimes, we have a small group, not a small group, like say 100 or so people that come or that registered. And then we have a group of like maybe 200 people that show up. And then there's no room. So we turn people away just because of fire code and stuff like that. We've had that happen a couple times. Our events get filled really quick. So if you're going to plan on attending, please register just so we can accommodate, the room size. All right. Thank you.
But for those who are watching, I know you can't see it, Mas, but I have your website up on the screen. And
awesome. Thank you.
so it shows, so you go to the massajady.com and then you go to event calendar at the top, and then you'll see December 4th through the 10th, you'll be on Kauai. And so the first event was that free event, and then you are off on a little retreat to Camp Sloggett. You want to tell us what's going to happen there?
That's going to be a lot of fun. It's a camping retreat.
Yes.
Which is really going to be, and we're going to disconnect from the world.
Yeah, there's no cell phone and no computer, nothing. Yeah, nothing is, you won't be plugged in at all there.
Yeah, we're going to have really good food there. And what we do is I get you connected with nature. So, and we've done this, like in Sedona, where I connect people, say, with the knowledge and intelligence of the rocks. And they actually, a lot of them actually felt like they were a rock. By the way, there's a lot of intelligence in rocks and so on. So that's what that is. Again, there's nowhere else to go within that space, I guess. So you'll be with me quite a bit, pretty much all day long, and we're going to be doing, say, talks. We're going to be doing, say, meta healings. We're going to be hiking. So it's a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah, it looks awesome. I'm going to go to one canyon hike and do some meditation, hands-on group healing, and it's pretty cool. I've been up to that camp, and it's so gorgeous up there. And food accommodations, everything's included, which is really nice. Yep. People can just take their tents or get accommodations there. Unfortunately, it's already sold out.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, there were 35 spots sold out.
Okay. Yeah, I don't do, Faye, who runs the other side of the company, she does all that stuff, does a fantastic job. So I'm kind of stay out of it. Yeah. I just show up and do what I do best. So,
which is great.
Yeah, it works better that way. So that's sold out, but on the 9th, I don't think that's sold out
that's
yet.
Not quite sold out yet. But then you go off to the St. Regis.
Yep. So that's going to be really cool because that's a practical, say, spirituality. So what that is about, a lot of us are spiritual or a lot of us are religious, but then, many of us prepare for the afterlife. But what about this life? So it talks about, say, bringing in that abundance that you're, say, looking for in the afterlife here. So you understand what the abundance in the afterlife is about when you do cross over. So it's about practical spirituality, again, bringing, say, completeness, bringing that abundance in this lifetime. Because the way most people do it, like I just talked about, right? They suffer in this realm, right? So they can plan ahead for the future. I've never seen anybody who suffers in this realm actually, say, ascend higher or benefit from that in the next realm. I see what's on the other side, guys I work with. I always get half my clients are dead. I help them on the other side as well. Those people who are abundant, and I'm not saying wealthy or rich or anything like that, but that 360 degrees of abundance I was talking about, right? That awareness, that awakening. If you're at that level, and then you cross over, well, then you're in that super heavenly space. So that's what practical spirituality is, bringing in, say, that 360 degrees of abundance here to prepare you, not only here, but then on the other side as well. Okay?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's going to be at the St. Regis, and that'll be December
Yes.
9th and 10th. And so you'll be doing your practical spirituality from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And there's still availability to register for that. And then you're going to do an MP3 replay that if people cannot, unfortunately, come to beautiful Kauai, they could still listen in, I guess, at a later time. Is that how that works?
I think, yeah, it's either like a replay of it, or you might actually get to log in as a live event. I'll have to make sure, or I can check for you on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
In-person attendance. And it sounds like what it says here, it looks like it's a replay. And I think because there might have been some issues with they just figured we'll just make it a replay and people can listen a week later. But then in the afternoon, you're going to be doing your industrial strength group healings from 3 to 6. So you want to let people know what that is?
Sure. The industrial group healings are, I get you into a group of maybe 10 to 15 individuals. We'll spend about, say, 45 minutes together, okay? I guide you into, say, really, really deep states. Even if you have issues getting into, say, a deep meditative state, I can bypass all that for you. As you're in that deep meditative state, I'll work on you on several layers. The group dynamics, that's what you're kind of feeling now as a group, okay? Bathing you in those frequencies. And then I create a copy of me, basically, that'll work on you throughout the whole session. Sometimes it gets so real that people actually like feel my presence around them, working on them one-on-one, and I'm not actually there. And then 3, we'll spend about 4 or 5 minutes together. You can ask me anything that you need to or want to, and I'll tell you what I see as well as reprogramming you at your specific needs. So you get the best of everything. You get the one-on-one time with me, backed up by the group dynamics, which really magnifies things. It's really powerful, and that's happening whenever you say. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's happening from 3 to 6 on December 9th and 10th.
Yeah.
And people can pre-register for that, which I highly recommend. Last time, they do fill up. And so if you get to register for that, I recommend that. Yeah, so quite an amazing time here. Yeah, what were you going to say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just going to say, if you're thinking of doing it, guys, I would do it because a lot of things get sold out pretty quick.
Yes. So. Yeah. So we we're up to 60 something questions here. Yeah. So I don't think we can get to all of them. I know we're getting close to our hour of complete. Can you maybe just tune in on what your can do a group clearing or how do you want?
We can spend a few minutes.
Or do you want to answer specific questions?
How about if I just spend a few minutes? We'll just spend a few minutes in silence. I'll guide you into a nice deep state, and then we can end that way. And then you guys can stay in that state, and it'll feel like I'm still working on you. Does that sound good?
Sounds great to me.
All right. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. Just notice where you are. Notice your surroundings. Your eyes are open. If your eyes are closed, just being aware of your surroundings, right? The touch, the senses, the other senses. And then a deep breath in again. Connecting to the group, which allows us to go further faster. There's always strength in numbers. That's why we're here as a group. And then breath in again, asking ourselves, how do I connect to pure source even stronger? And let's do this. Just noting your breath. Right in front of you, there's a table. Okay, just note that table. You can place any issue that you have on that table right in front of you, right, as an image. Just note it. Turn it around, see what it feels like. Again, whatever issue it is, physical, spiritual, um, finance, relationships. Now that it's on the table, really look at it, focus on it. Is it something that you still need or you still need to have in your life? Or is it something that you can do away with? It's time to let it go, even if it's a person. Let's take that confident breath in. Again, shoulders up. Strength, fortitude in the eyes, looking at that, whatever object that you've placed on the table, and then just walking away from it, just turning around, just walking away, not even looking back. There we go. Let's go ahead and delete all those for you. Just taking a deep breath in. You've walked far enough away. Even if you look back, you can't see what was there. It's very far away. There's nothing to run back to, by the way. More than a visualization exercise, as you were visualizing on the back end, actually helping you release with whatever issue that you have. Right? You guys can stay in this space if you'd like. I think we're good, yeah?
Yeah, I just want to let people know that they can find you at mas-sajady.com. That's mas-sajady.com. And that you'll be here December 4th through the 10th. This is Jeanne Russell of Dolphin Touch Wellness Center on Kauai at dolphintouch.org and yourpathwaytojoy.com. So thank you so much for being our guest today, and we really look forward to seeing you very shortly.
Yeah, I'm excited. I am so excited. Again, guys, thanks for being here, and notice what you notice. All right?
All right. Well, we will see you soon.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay. Aloha. Thank you, everybody who's joined in the meeting. There will be a recording. This has been recorded, so there will be a replay of the recording, and hopefully we've got your email so we can send you that information. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, and yes, Vadan, everybody. Really enjoying to see you. Definitely, if you come out to Kauai, come visit us at Dolphin Touch. We're at in Kapa'a, and we'll be definitely excited to see Mas at his events. Talk to you soon. Ahui ho.